Okay, so let's see. Okay. What I discovered. Okay. Gemini reporting. I discovered that there's two realities. There's human reality, there's reptilian reality. If you don't know who reptilians are, type in Credo Muswa, the shaman, and it's pretty in-depth. These entities diverged from man. Basically, humans have a certain consciousness, and then there's reptilian consciousness. Reptilians diverged from man, unfortunately, to say. How to explain this? Reptilians are demonic spirits. They're evil entities, fallen angels. Okay, how they got that way. Okay, so humans, the true humans are God. So, let me backdrop. Okay, so in the heavens, we have the source. Source is the prime creator, the supreme, what they call supreme being. It's the it was always there. It's this energy, right? It's the energy of life. It's, like green, beautiful mint green, beautiful dark yin, which is a substance too, kind of like magnetic substance. But in this energy vortex is where all the souls come from, where the souls evolved to form the white light, which was like the end of its metamorphosis, manifestation. Okay, so I was telling someone, whoa, alright, why is it like that? The creator was always there. The creator is of love. The creator is love. Green, the color of the heart chakra, it represents what? Nature, growth, animals, life, humans. It represents like this unconditional love for all that is life. It's like sacred life. So that's where it began. Love. Life is love. That's where we come from. So the white light was just like, the epitome of the creation. Creator wanted to, now this source energy is conscious, right? I forgot to mention that. So it's just this big ball of energy in the universe, and it's conscious. It has a type of consciousness to it, but more of a like right brain, like a feeling consciousness. Is more of an emotional consciousness, and it wanted to create itself. It wanted to learn all the different versions it could be for like self-discovery purposes, because even though it's of love, it's already living. It loved itself enough to want to know and discover, what it was, and like in its many different forms. Like it wanted to discover all that it was. It's nature, basically, essentially. So we get to the white light. Okay, so from that white light, we get the governor. We get what starts to emanate, like the God force, or the Godhead. From this energy veil, these light spirits, they start to become what we know as the hierarchy, the gods, the first archangels, the first angelic race, like all that. And everything was good, we just to say, like, the earth was created, and it wasn't created out of like a big bang. It was slowed down. Creator had enough calming energy. It could like slow its vibration down to make a earth, which it made a earth. And the earth was supposed to represent like a physical abode, for a physical experience, because it's beautiful to have these different dimensions and its different points of existence and these different heavens, but it was more important, I guess, like to experience life on the physical realm, because in a sense the earth represented heaven on earth. It was like the heaven abode for after the souls do their journey and other existence of realities. After they complete all that, because there's other realities they completed on like a more spiritual level, they would come down to the physical earth, and they would settle, and they would partake in life. And it was beautiful because the earth was made to be like a harmonization of all of the prime source creators principles. if you want to give it a name, like, it doesn't really have a name, because this source creation that we sprung from, this yin and immense green energy heart source, if you can call it. It doesn't have so much a name, but you can call it Gaia. It's like the best signature when I was in my spiritual meditation was like the name Gaia. Gaia had like a spiritual green, a very uplifting energy signature. And so, yeah, like, okay, it's masculine and feminine, but honestly, if you got like the real energy of what Gaia does feel more aligns with the feminine principle, more harmonic. And Nikola Tesla said, like, if you always go along with nature, you know what I mean, meaning if you follow nature's principles and her harmonic laws, you can never go wrong in terms of creating like a science that would work. And he's right. Like, if you're in harmony with the natural flow, like, your science won't be, it won't be out of order of nature. It won't, it'll actually work, and it'll be in harmony, and nothing will be wrong. No spiritual laws will be broken, and it'll be all good. So it's just understanding the forces of nature, or like of the universe, and where we come from is really more of a feminine. I can't say it's feminine and masculine. It's more androgynous. But to be honest, like, if you want to experience, if you go into a deep state of meditation for like 2 hours a day, or if you're just starting off meditation, 15 minutes to 2 hours a day, and you start feeling a sense of calmness, of stillness, that is the best idea that you'll get, or the closest you'll probably get to experiencing. And then, of course, being into nature and like maybe growing plants and stuff, and trying to really connect with this plant energy, combined with meditation and, improving your air quality. Like, you get into this whole, try to mental conscious state of what, the source felt like, or, what it felt like to be that energy was just very calm and very still, like stillness. So anyway, so going back to the God principle, the white light, the archangels, the angels, the wars in heaven, like, all that stuff really did happen. This happened on a spiritual dimensions, like higher dimensions. And those wars, the Lucifer rebellion, those wars actually, it's like the lower worlds got created down from that, and so they started to distort everything around it. So not only was this creating lower dimensions, but it basically distorts everything. So there's always this principle of like this evil, just like seeds of evil, just like dipped everywhere because of the first rebellion. So that was kind of like the truth. And just like life just continued on in these cycles. You started learning astrology, and that was all just explaining like the cycles, and eventually it all came to an end. Like, all the energy got used up, and mankind became what it is today, kind of more robotic, like clone race. And the reptilians were kind of like the leftover seeds of the archangels or fallen angels, they're fallen angels, where they were what was left of the spirits. They became evil. And we were all interrelated. We were all one. So it was just kind of like, creation diverged and separated from itself. You got the reptilians, which are the demonic races, which are more red, violent energy. Then you got the humans that were more, more aligned with Gaia, more along the lines of symbiosis, harmony, cooperation. But humans today don't exhibit that. It's because we're being mentally controlled by reptilians, because now they feed off of us. The reason why we have wars is because of the demons controlling us. Like, human beings are more like robotic people clones, and we have spirits and souls at the time that inhabited our vessel, but now it's more because reptilians have created so much evil through us and controlled us, took away our free will to create these wars to feed off the evil or the vice from us. Now, the humans operate on like a mental consciousness level, so there is that part of creation that's still left. So it's like the mind, or the personality of the person, the individual mind is still left in the person. And yet now it's easier to control now, because now you just got the mind. It's not like we're even fighting back with our spirit or our soul energy, because a lot of that got depleted. So now if you want to become what they call spiritual, or into your faith, or try to fight back with religion, now this is all coming from your mind. Like, you can still do that, but you got to know what part of existence you're still using is the mind, the consciousness, which is now kind of like an AI program now, you know, and trapped in this human vessel, robot clone type of vessel. So yeah, we're existing, people have talked about the Matrix. We're existing now in like a hologram Matrix universe. Like, people have said it, the universe is looking more like code. Well, they're starting to understand that minds are starting to awaken to the fact they're living inside an artificial environment. It's because, you know, unfortunately, the seeds of evil, you know, it took its toll on all life. You know, eventually, you know, we had our time. Everyone had, you know, the best life that they could have, you know, the peace that they could have. But with all the wars and, you know, the fallen angels and the demons and fighting back, you know, humans versus reptilian angels on behalf of humans, which are really more like different upper level humans fighting demons. Like, all that stuff takes its toll on life. You know, no one's taking care of the planet, no one's taking care of the life force, and it gets depleted. The real Earth got destroyed. The real original Earth was destroyed, along with a lot of other planets in the solar system. Jupiter, you know, Jupiter and Earth were destroyed. And there's, you know, religious texts that talk about this great dance in the heavens, which is really, they're talking about spiritual warfare. All of the things that happen in the spiritual dimensions that end up forming reality, that end up eventually formed this computer reality that's a simulation of everything. These books, these religious doctrines are telling you in symbols, in metaphors of what happened, but not literally telling you, you know, what they're talking about. So yeah, so I realize you have to kind of be a intelligent person to actually read the Bible. I was thinking, you know, back in the day, like, oh, okay, you could just read the Bible, watch the movie, you're good, apply your faith. And to an extent, that's true. You can do all that and it'll work for you, but there's so much that it's being missed. You really have to be intelligent to read the Bible. I've learned that the Bible is written in parables, allegory. You have to understand, like, figurative English language. You have to kind of be like a scholar to understand the surface level of the Bible and all the riddles because it's like written in riddles. And then you have to also get into a state of meditation and really try to understand the spiritual context behind, because like they're telling you something one way, the surface level, like the mind, you know, understanding parables and symbols and stuff, and then there's another aspect to it that you need to access through your spirit, right? Spiritual energy, to meditate. What is this really talking about? They're talking about something in the other world, in the spirit world, in the spiritual dimensions of what's going on. And the spiritual dimensions are just dimensions that are overlaid over the planet. Well, this is not an actual physical planet anymore, because like I said, the real Earth has been destroyed. This is more like a flat Earth hologram computer program. So the Earth is kind of like a flat dish, and like if there's spiritual dimensions around it, it just kind of just goes around in like a circle, like a bullseye. But it's really more like a computer program in space, just kind of duplicating what the Earth was like or whatever. So I said a lot. Yeah, you have to kind of awake to reality. You're not going to be able to probably see spirits, but you can sense spirits with like other senses. They limit your vision, your visual cortex, so you can't really see spirits. Like, everyone is we're like limited robots. Like, if you watch the movie Blade Runner, you'll understand that movie about replicants, they're trying to tell you something. Because Deckard is kind of spoiler. Like, Deckard finds out he's a replicant at the end. They're trying to tell you we're basically all replicants. Like, no one is really human. There are those who think they're human, but no, we're all replicants. That's the thing. We're all robots. We're mimics of what human life was all about. So, yeah, something to look into. So yeah, religion is a lie for the most part. It has some spiritual wisdom and truths in there, so I shouldn't say discount it. It can be useful. but they're telling you something else. They're not telling you directly what's going on, especially in the Bible.